Hyundai channel. Today we're doing a 2022 Kia EV6 long range all-wheel drive in deep forest green. This is our first time receiving this paint color and it is so exciting. I'm not too sure if it's picking up nicely on camera, but in person this is such a fantastic shade of green. It is metallic as well too, so when you get the sunlight on it, it sparkles. There's a ton of different tones in there. It's very, very nice, unlike any paint color we've really had before. Like I said, this is a live video, so we'll wait a couple minutes for everyone to slowly trickle in, and I'm also going to show you guys the format to join a live if you're watching in the future and you want to catch our next live. So follow me down this way. Typically I have Charlotte filming me or filming with me, but today Charlotte's in an appointment. We've mentioned in a couple of our other videos that we both have full-time jobs here. I'm a salesperson, she's a finance manager, so when duty calls, sometimes we have to step in and out. So I'll start off by showing you your screen. We'll come a little closer. If this is your first time catching a live, what you want to do is you want to find the Kia Hyundai channel on YouTube and then refresh it right at 2 o'clock and you'll see that we will have a live coming up. Give her a second. There we go. So see how it says live and then the current video right over there? You can click that and then you can actually chat in real time. If you guys have any questions at any point of the video, you can actually write in the chat box below, and then Connor, the guy who's filming today, will read them out to me. At the end of our video, we'll also do like a live Q&A kind of moment there. But first off, let's start off with the vehicle itself. Like I said, 2022 EV6 all-wheel drive long range. They start at $54,995 in Canada, and they do qualify for the $5,000 federal rebate. So, fantastic vehicle. They're very, very popular amongst our Canadian buyers, the all-wheel drive especially because Canadian winters, I mean, it definitely makes a difference. We'll start off by showing you the front of the vehicle. So let's take a look around there. I'm going to turn it on as well too so we get the full LEDs. Just give me a second to find the key, which I left inside. Turn them on. You may hear some beeping, so just bear with me. There we go. And you can see our full headlight unit. So every light on this vehicle is an LED. They are very, very bright. Your turn signal marker, everything. At nighttime, you have an extremely sharp cutoff. We can kind of see it in our garage door there, so we'll try to show that the best we can. You can see a very sharp line there. Coming around the vehicle, we'll look at our front grille. This is called a clamshell hood, so it is very, very wide and very, very flat. The new Kia logo is located right on the front there. It looks very sharp and seamless with everything else in the design. A lot of black elements, so no matter what paint color you get, it ties in really, really nice. Especially, like I said, the green is fantastic. Come around to the side here. Beautiful 19-inch alloy wheels. So these are very eco-friendly as well too, in the sense that they're going to give you a little bit better efficiency and range. So with all our EV vehicles, we have special EV tires and EV rims. So we have a black accent along the wheel well as well. On the side here, we do have a turn signal indicator on our mirror, so that's quite nice. If you have someone driving ahead of you, they can see you in your blind spot, see if you're going to change lanes. And then we also have blind spot detection. So if you're driving on the highway, if there's somebody in your blind spot or even just in the city, it'll notify you. You'll get a little light on your mirror. And it's going to be red in the EV6. Typically, they're amber lights. And then if you have your signal on, it'll alert you, hey, don't change lanes yet. There's somebody there. We'll come around. Connor, is there any questions yet?
Someone asked when the 23 Nero was coming in.
2023 Nero, so we know it's coming. We know it's going to be redesigned, but it's not released yet. So hopefully by the end of fall, I know they're projecting fall for it to come out, but we don't have any days yet. Once we do, we'll definitely make a video to show you all the trim lines and all the features we know, all the specs that we know. But at this point, we only have the EV6, sorry, and the EV Soul, but nothing new on that either.
And are you taking new orders for the EV6?
So for the EV6, the ordering bank is actually closed at the moment. We can still take deposits with the hope for like a pre-order, kind of put you in queue for when ordering does open up again, but we can't actually place a factory order, nor can any dealership in Canada right now. It's a really fun time. So we'll get back to the car. Oh, is there another one?
The brand of tires is a Kumo tire.
Yes, I'm not sure if you can really hear Connor well, but it's a Kumo tire. And they're all-season tires, or all-season tires. I was about to say all-terrain, but same thing. Over here, we have our flush door handles. So they're the design is so different. It's a lot of people, they're like, how do you open it at first? Now with this trim level, you actually have to push in. As long as the car is unlocked, it'll pop out. then you just grab it like that. They look a little intimidating at first, but they're actually quite easy to use. A common question for Canadian weather is if they get frozen. We have had the EV6 in snowy conditions, and unless you're actually pouring water in there and trying to freeze it, they're not going to freeze with just regular use in Canada. We'll come around to the back as well too. Doesn't matter what trim level you get in the EV6, trunk space is the same. We'll open that up. There's a soft touch button just right beside the backup camera that you can press to release it, and it is hydraulic. This isn't a power tailgate, but you just saw just how easy it was to open that up. It is hydraulic. Really doesn't take much force, no work. Trust me, I'm not a strong girl. And then the boot or the trunk, this is what you'd be looking at. Your seats are fully reclined right now. So for rear passengers, if you have somebody who wants to take a snooze or even a pet, you can recline it very, very far and makes it very comfy. And then if you want to fold those seats down, there's latches located on the side here. You give it a pull, and they fold completely flat. Now with the vehicle, you get this little satchel here, and it's actually Velcro, so it sticks to the floor of the trunk, which I really like because it's nothing worse than driving around and hearing something clunk in your back. So I'll put that down and I'll open it up, show you what we got inside. So this is going to be your level 1 charger. This is typically kind of a backup charger. You wouldn't really want to use this every day unless you don't drive your vehicle much. It takes 68 oh my gosh, 68 hours to charge from empty or from fully depleted. So definitely not the best way to charge, but it does come with the vehicle. It's great if you're going on a long weekend trip and you're staying somewhere, you can just leave your car charging the whole time. Then you can take it with you. It's super easy to carry with you. And Kia even gives you this nice little bag. Don't lose it though, because they are expensive. And then also to answer a charging question, a level 2 charger takes about 7 hours and 10 minutes, I think is what it's rated at. There we go.
Someone asked, can you open the door with one hand?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I can try. So we'll give it a little push inside, grab it. One hand, you can get in and out very easily. And they all operate the same way. So even the front door handles, it's all the same kind of technology. Come around to the back. A very hot topic for the EV6 is why isn't there a rear wiper? And honestly, I drive a sedan. The slope is almost exactly like a sedan. I don't have any problems driving the EV6 in the rain. When we had snow here, it was still not an issue. It slides right off, and it is heated, so if it's sleet or ice, it just melts right off. Over here, we do have a little bit of a spoiler as well too, so kind of guides everything way off. The vehicle is very aerodynamic. So compared to the Ioniq 5, which is essentially the same vehicle, same chassis, same sort of layout, it does do a little bit better on range simply because of its aerodynamic stance. From the side or from outside, it kind of looks like a car or a very small crossover, very low. But once you hop inside the vehicle, you'll see it is very, very spacious. And we will go inside and show you what we got working with. So let me sit in the driver's side. Connor will come up and show my seat. Well, let's turn off the AC as well too, so it's not too noisy. All right, so on the side here, this is only your middle level trim. So there's trims below and there's trims above. You already have power seats and memory settings. So on the door over here, you see you have 2 different options for your memory seats. So it's really good if you have 2 different drivers. On the side over there as well, we have our button to power fold your mirrors. So when you lock the EV6, they will fold. Sorry if you're hearing some background noise. We do have a lot going on here right now. Any other questions, Connor?
Someone was asking, can they make changes to a car they've already ordered?
If you're already in queue and your vehicle has been actually ordered and validated, we can typically add new color choices or change color choices, but it's very uncertain how long it'll take or if it'll interrupt your wait time. I do know if you placed your order and you gave a bunch of color choices, chances are you may get your car a little bit sooner just because there's more to choose from, or if someone canceled, then you'll be kind of faster in line and queue. But when it comes to EV6, it's very rough right now. It's tough.
Someone was also curious what the wait time for the EV6 is.
Minimum 2 years. I hate saying that, but that's where we're at right now. It could get better. It also could get worse. The only thing we can say is if you are interested, it doesn't hurt to put your name down with a deposit. At the end of the day, it is refundable. You can always back out. So that's at least safer than waiting 2 years and it ends up being 3 or 4 years, because at that point in 2 years' time, I have no idea what cars we'll have. and how long wait times will be or how the market's going to be. Yay! It's very, very different, and all of this has been getting worse and worse in the past year. So when I started, it was not this bad. Let's get back into the car. So on the panel right over here, we have our brightness selector, so you can increase, decrease your brightness. This is going to be for your, I want to say fuel door all the time, but your charge port, which is located on your tail light, your rear tail light. Here you have your electronic parking brake. So in some of our other models, they'll be either in the center console or a foot one on the EV6. It's right there. And your traction control, you can turn it off. On your steering wheel here, you have a really, really cool wheel. It's the only vehicle we have that has a wheel like this. The Ioniq is kind of similar. All your driving controls are going to be on the left side, which typically those are our media controls. So when we first got the EV6, I was like, oh, so confused. I'm trying to turn off my radio and I keep turning on cruise control. So it takes some getting used to, but of course with ownership, you're used to it right away. So you have your cruise control button here. It is a smart system. So you can actually set the following distance of the vehicle ahead of you, and it'll slow you down up until stop and go traffic. So everything for cruise control is right over there. This little notepad is actually going to change what you see on your dash over here. So I can change to my drive info, my navigation if I had a route set. Right now it's just compass because there's no route. And your all-wheel drive torque distribution, also tire pressure, so it has TPMS. And then here's just your vehicle, where it's at in your lane. If I was actually driving and there were, lanes ahead of me, it'll show me where I'm at. Right underneath that, we have another button. So this button typically confuses people. This is your lane follow assist. So I'm going to press it, and you'll see now I have a new icon on my dash, and it looks like a little steering wheel. As I start driving, the camera that's located in the windshield actually picks up the lane and where I'm at in it, and it will steer for me. So it's not just going to warn me if I start to depart or start to sway to the left or the right. It'll literally steer for you. It's not an autopilot, but I say it's pretty darn close, especially if you have your cruise control on. The vehicle is essentially driving itself. You still have to provide steering input, so every once in a while, just give it a little nudge. In the center here, we have our horn, of course, our Kia logo. And my favorite button here that completely transforms this vehicle is the drive mode button. So we'll zoom in on that quickly. And then I'm going to press it. You'll see your icons change on your dash. So I'll give it a push. Now I'm in normal mode. Then I'm in sport mode. And if I hold it, it'll go into snow mode. So very, very great vehicle to have in Canada because you have a snow mode. Sport mode will completely change the way this vehicle operates. Now with an EV, you have tons of instant torque, 446 pounds to be exact, and 320 horsepower in the all-wheel drive models. That is a lot. So it's, of course, a very efficient vehicle, but if you want to have fun with it, you certainly can. Then you can switch it back into eco mode, and it's just your regular EV vehicle. So you get the best of both worlds. If one of you guys is a very performance-driven person and your partner or whoever else drives the vehicle cares more about efficiency, everyone's pleased with this car. On the right side, we have our Bluetooth controls and our volume controls. So here, if I was listening to the radio or music from my phone, I could change the station, change the song, change the volume. One of my favorite things about this is if you push down on the volume button, it'll actually mute whatever you're listening to. You can answer your phone calls here, and you can do voice commands as well too. So I could say, find address in Canada and put Brantford, Kia, or wherever I'd like to go. Now I'll have Connor join me in the vehicle, and we'll show you the rest. So I apologize if you hear bang, just me closing the door. All right, so it gets very techy in here. On your main screen, this is your 12.3-inch navigation screen. There's a lot going on for sure. Right now I have it on the split screen setting, but if I close that, I can have it just my nav. So this is a map. If I wanted to put a route on the nav, I could just put the magnifying glass, or I could use my voice commands. Your main screen is going to look like this. So once you start the vehicle, this is what you'd be looking at. Slide over to the right, see all your different menus. There's voice memos, there's quiet mode, there's valet mode, climate control. There's a lot going on in here. One of my favorite menus is the EV menu. So you can actually see your emissions. You can see the next charging location, how much range you have with the climate off, with it on. Your charge transfer if you're using vehicle to load, which we'll actually do a video on vehicle to load very, very shortly. And your setup, which will be your date and time, connecting more Bluetooth devices, all that kind of stuff. Down here, we have our climate control, but if I press this, it switches over, oh, there we go, to our media So I can go to my map, my nav, seek track. The star is a favorite button, so you can set it to whatever you'd like. Radio, media, setup, everything there. A lot of people have a lot to say about this, saying, I don't know, what if I'm driving and I want to turn the volume down, but I turn my AC on? Just turn your volume down on your steering wheel. It's so much easier. I never reach for my volume knob anymore. It'll take some getting used to, but it's not an issue. And you can also preset it to be exactly what you'd like. If you prefer it to be your climate control all the time, you can set that as your default. Down over here, we have 3 little buttons. One's for your heated steering wheel, your heated seats for driver and passenger. That's it. This is your push to start. So to me, when the EV6 came in, I thought it looked almost like an Xbox. It does not look like a push button to start. It looks like a gaming console to turn it on. Just a little thing I noticed. One thing that makes the EV6 very different than the Ioniq is the gear select. So this is called a shift-by-wire transmission, or gear selector, and I love it. It is very sleek. If you're used to driving a standard car, or even sometimes automatic cars always hold the gear shift. Sometimes I still hold this too. It's a little awkward to hold, but it's very easy to use. Down here we have our parking camera, so if I were to press that, you could actually just get your camera to show, which is quite cool. Your auto hold, which holds you at a complete stop, and your parking sensors. So this vehicle does have rear parking sensors. If I were to back up against the wall, it'll start beeping. And then my wireless phone charger, so you can literally slip your phone in there, charge without a cord. Really nice to have. Here we have our center console. So it's a really cool design, and it's actually very, very deep, like very deep. So it cuts off about there on my arm, and it's a pretty long arm, I guess. I'll close that up. And then I'll have Connor show the glove box, because that's honestly one of the coolest things in this vehicle, and it's just a glove box. So open it up. And this thing is so deep. The amount of things you can put in your glove box, I can't even reach the back. It is so deep. So manuals, license, registration, everything. Small pets. You put anything in there. And our gimbal is just acting up a little bit. Is there any other questions?
Not the very second.
Coming through? Okay, so we'll close this up and take a look at the back seats, and then I'll answer all your questions. I'll close this. All right. So I did fold the seats down. Now I'm going to fold them up. So, we have a seat to sit on. There's a little latch at the bottom here. I'm just going to pull it. Our floors are very slippery. I think I said in our last video, if someone wants to come clean them, you're more than welcome to. And I'll hop in. So right off the bat, you'll see there's a lot of leg room, like a lot. And of course, with an EV, there's no real thing going on under the vehicle other than the batteries. So the floor is completely flat, like super flat. Even the center seat on most vehicles, you have the drivetrain, right? So you'll have a lump right in the center seat. It makes this seat very uncomfortable to sit in because you're always hunched over like this. It's completely flat on the EV6, so no matter where you're sitting, you are comfy. The seats are also very, very long on the bottom as well too. So if you have long quads or legs, you can relax. On the backs of the seats, you have USB-Cs built in, so you can charge your phone or your devices. The seats themselves also double as a hanger, so you can hang jackets, bags, whatever you need. And you have lights as well too. So I'll have Connor get a good look at the seats. There's not too much going on back here, which I really like. A lot of EVs kind of have that minimalistic design and styling. So the EV6 is no exception, but it's also not boring. I don't know. Spending a lot of money on a vehicle just to have it be boring doesn't make sense to me. So we'll close that up. And that's about it for our walk around of the EV6. I'm going to hop out. We can take a look at some questions, and I think we're about done there. So let's see. We'll come over to our little screen here, and I'll look at the chat. I want to come a little closer. Okay, wish this color was available for the GT line too. Me too. Honestly, I don't know why they didn't do it for the GT packages, because this would look amazing. Connor in the trunk. Anyone else all blurry? Insta. How does Connor compare to Gabriella in the trunk and seat space? Connor, do you want to be a model in the trunk? Okay, I'm going to put Connor in the trunk.
We're going to get inside the trunk.
Yeah, we're going to put you in the trunk.
All right. how I compare.
Now, can it close? Do you think it will close? I'll close it for you. Don't worry. You just sit back there. It works. Okay, now we're gonna leave him. No, I don't think he can actually get out. So we'll open this up. Okay, so it works. The gimbal is acting a little crazy, but do you want to try your hand at answering some Kia questions?
What kind of questions do we have here?
I don't know. Oh, nope. Sorry, guys. Okay. The green looks stunning. What is the color code for that vehicle, British Racing Green? It is called Deep Forest Green. And let's see. Tell him not to lose that bag. It's expensive. Connor in the trunk. When will Canadians see the GT trim of the EV6? I don't know. I wish I knew that. It should be soon, though. How will this affect LeBron's legacy? I don't know. He is filling orders for higher level trim lines first. We're actually seeing most of the all-wheel drive long ranges go before the GT2s. So there is going to be kind of a slowdown with getting GT2s right now. My brother's in this comment section. Christian, if you're watching this, thank you. Can we get much higher so high? What?
How much is the deposit?
Oh, how much is the deposit? So we're doing $1,000 now for the EV6, and like I said, it is refundable. So at any point you need to cancel. Will Connor be at the trunk today? Well, there's a lot of Connor in the trunk today questions. Someone said, how is Charlotte doing today? She's great. She's just in an appointment with a customer. So she may actually stop in, depending on what we're at for time. Is there an EV6 police interceptor? Not that we know of. We can't even get them. I don't know about the police.
I know in Australia they have Stinger police cars.
Yeah, that's right. Everything K&H. I don't know. Does the Kia K5 GT line have cooled seats? It does. It does. Look different in any way from the wind. Does the GT look different? Yes, it does have some Connor in heels fit in the back seat. Connor, you want to try on my heels?
No.
He's like, too far, guys. I'm not doing anymore. Connor, you've done great. Connor in heels. Everything K&H. Well, we couldn't see you clearly. All right. Any other questions related to the EV6? Or, I guess, Kia models? Is there any Kia with massage seats? No.
I wish.
No, yeah. If we did, we would literally the whole day just be sitting in the video bay or whatever, just massage seats. It's for science. Okay, let's see. Someone said LOL. Okay. All right, guys. I think we'll do a couple more minutes for questions. Is it the melange material on the dash? I'm not too sure what that is. I can show you the dash again and kind of do like maybe an ASMR moment, scratch my nails on, not scratch, but you know, hold on. So the cars that are coming in right now, how long ago did those people order? These are mostly, I believe they were not March, but January, February orders. Yeah, I'm just gonna get Connor to film. And so this material, I don't know what the best way to describe it is. It is plastic, it's not cloth, so it's not gonna stain or anything, but it does kind of have a fabric look to it. And it does have texture, so ASMR? Question mark? I really like it because it's nothing boring. I don't like boring, just all black dashes, all plastic dashes. So that's nice. Maybe do a video on winter tires. GT has different specs. It looks like cloth on the screen. Yeah, it does look like cloth. It's really strange, but no, it's plastic. So that's probably a really good thing. I would imagine that gets very, very dirty if it was cloth. Isn't it weird seeing me in the back there? Like, I'm getting weirded out seeing myself like 3 different spots. Okay, Connor, how do you try to reach roof? price of gas in Canada. I think it was like $1.50 something when I last filled up. What colors are available for the EV6? I can show you. This is all I've got right now. So we got white, black, green, steel gray, runway red, interstellar gray, yacht blue, deep forest green, which is what I'm showing now, steel gray matte, and glacier. I know, this is a great book. It really shows you how the paint looks on the car, right? Any updates on Sportage PHEV? Other than pricing, no. We know the pricing, we know the trim lines, but there's none in Canada yet, so we don't have any videos or anything up. Calligraphy has massage seats. That's pretty cool. Kia does not. Any insight onto the 23 Telluride order availability? Waiting to order mine. Not right now. There's no trim lines or anything released for the Telluride yet for the 2023s. So we're still going off of 22 pricing and 22 trims. All-wheel drive, yes, this one's all-wheel drive. It does come in a rear-wheel drive option. So one trim line below, you have all the same features, just no all-wheel drive. So down a rear wheel. How do you try to reach roof different from the little holder the Carnival had at the end? I don't understand. Here in Vaughan, $1.47. Yeah, gas prices are getting a little bit better, but of course, there's nothing better than EV prices or EV electricity prices right now. Can we get a video with the Veloster before it's discontinued? So for all Hyundai products, of course, I work at the Kia dealership, but we do also have a Hyundai. It depends what they have, because right now production and inventory is so limited. If we have a Veloster, we'll definitely shoot it, but at this point, we do not have one. That's about it for today. Next week, I'm not too sure what we'll be doing live, but it's going to be a fun car. If you guys have any questions, this vehicle will eventually, or this video will eventually be posted as a regular video. You can leave them there and we'll try our best to answer them. Don't forget, we're a real dealership and we can definitely sell you a car. We're happy to help you out. And I'm a real salesperson. You can ask for me and I'd help you out. Have a good rest of your day, guys. Bye. We'll end the live.